there are two things that can continue to help the Eagles in the pursuit at repeating, at making it back to the Super Bowl, winning it, and doing something truly amazing for this city. One of them is to figure out how to get Saquon involved. I think this has been Kevin Patullo's biggest weakness as of right now, is the lack of creativity when it comes to running the football. Jalen Hurts hasn't really been running the ball as much this year. Saquon Barkley has not at all had the productivity that he had last year. But at the same time, the offensive line has not been healthy, and nor has it had the success at opening up holes for the running backs. If they can figure that out and get that train moving, they could definitely be dangerous. I talked about that on Sunday. The biggest thing that I want to talk about, the biggest thing that I really want to focus on, is something we've seen Jalen Hurts and the rest of the offense perform in two primary moments. Technically three if you throw in this one example, which was the drawn-up touchdown throw to Saquon against the Broncos. Going back to the Rams game, the comeback that we had that time, and then, of course, seeing what happened on 4th and 4, throwing the ball, signaling for AJ to run up the sideline. Let Jalen Hurts have more options with this offense. Don't just completely strip him into this, Nick Sirianni, Kevin Patullo, very simple and boring offense that really consists of go routes and slants. That's not the way to win with this team. If you give Jalen Hurts the keys, we saw it last year when it came to opening things up in the run game. Give him the opportunity to read things at the line of scrimmage, make those adjustments, see what the defense is giving him, and take advantage of that. You're going to win more football games because Jalen Hurts can do that. He did it in the Super Bowl. He did it against the Rams. He did it on Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings. And what happened? We won. Not only did we win those games and looked amazingly awesome when it happened, but Hurts had a perfect passer rating, 158.3. No quarterback has done that this year so far. He's the first and only to do it this year. So if that doesn't give you anything, any sort of idea behind how much value Jalen Hurts is, not just arm or legs, his brain, what he's able to do at the line of scrimmage, the way he's able to manipulate the defense, the way he's able to dissect them and make them make mistakes and take advantage of those mistakes, that's what's going to help you win, and that's what you want out of your quarterback, right? We see him have the capability to do it, but then we come back the next game and we run it 30 times for 85 yards. Maybe we get a tush-push touchdown because we run it 4 or 5 times in a row, and A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith don't get the productivity that we know they can. And Hurts doesn't throw for 250 or more yards. And that's the problem. Right now, with the way that this team is operating, we need Jalen Hurts to do that. We need A.J. and Devontae and Dallas Goedert and Jahan Dotson all to pitch in and do more because we're not running the ball well. Well, if you stop limiting the main factors in our success at doing said things, we would be better off right now. And then in turn, maybe while the offense is still struggling with the injuries and making plays happen, maybe getting more threatening with the pass attack can help open the run game up. You guys, we can't just completely single out one sole person when it's more than just that. It is execution. It is injuries. It's a lot of different things that we did not deal with last year with Kellen Moore, and we had growing pains with Kellen Moore. It took us until week 7 to actually look like a legitimate contender when we played the Giants and we beat them 28-3. We lost to the Buccaneers. We blew a game against the Falcons. We barely beat the Saints, and we looked okay against the Green Bay Packers. Then what happened? We struggled, left a lot of points on the board, but beat a crappy Cleveland Browns team, went into MetLife, and everything clicked. Everything was firing off of all cylinders. The Eagles have had 2 ugly losses. They've beaten teams that they got very close to losing. Maybe they shouldn't have beaten, but they managed to pull it out. The Rams game, the Buccaneers game. And now you have a game where they were leading the entire time. The defense made turnovers. Jalen Hurts took over. Now next game, this Giants game, needs to be that game where we figure everything out. Right before the bye week, we have to make sure that Saquon gets his, because we're seeing Hurts perform at a high level. We're seeing AJ and Devontae do things that we know they can do, but need to do consistently. Now we just need the offensive line and Saquon and the rest of the running backs and Jalen Hurts when he runs the football to get productive again. Do that, and this team is very, very dangerous, more so than they already are. Let me know your thoughts.